My brother, he's in a wheelchair himself. He has spastic cerebral palsy and autism. So when I was younger, I would like try out his wheelchair and all of his accessories and stuff like that, and just to make sure it was like obviously okay for him and everything. So like his OTs would suggest for like me and my sister to try them out, right? Obviously accessibility is a huge thing for me, right? I've witnessed my brother like have like lots of troubles living in a world that isn't made for him, right? So it's really important to know that accessibility needs to be made heard. I would say that one of the biggest challenges, like especially in like a smaller work environment, would have to be making sure that like obviously there's enough space to get around, and like even there, like I had to like, instead of cutting across, I had to go in a longer way, which would tire somebody out a lot easier. The scanners and printers were all right, but I find that like if you have like a big print job or something like that, you can't just like set it in your lap because you're also moving at the same time, right? So in that instance, like all your papers are going to be falling everywhere unless like you have like some sort of holder for all of them, or like some sort of file folder. But other than that, you would need somebody to assist you with that because you wouldn't be able to do it on your own. If like, let's say you have like a big document that you had printed, right? And like, then you're just trying to make sure all of the papers are all together rather than like slipping all over the place in your lap, just even trying to get back to your desk. And just going down like a hallway, I find that might be a little tricky sometimes because it's just like your wheelchair takes up a vast majority of the hallway. So it's just like coming and going with people makes it that much more difficult, right? With getting even just a cup of coffee, it's just like not being able to reach in the fridge because it's just like, if you have anything on the top shelf, then you're not going to be able to reach it without having like some sort of like ruler to kind of move it or anything like that, right? Even just like the height of the actual cabinets itself is way too high for a person like in a wheelchair to be like trying to reach up, and they probably couldn't even grab it because a lot of the time like there isn't like always like a full cupboard of cups, right? They're usually at the back. Just making sure that like everything is kind of like on a lower level for people if you know that they do have accessibility needs, like regardless of being like in a wheelchair or using an assisted walking device like a walker or anything, right? Just trying to make like things a little easier for them, and having it on a lower like in a cupboard or like on the counter itself would be really, really helpful. Even for like the bathroom, right? How I kept on getting stuck when I like tried to go in the door because like the doorway isn't like wide enough, right? I generally have like personally a lot of upper body strength, but I know that like obviously people who are like using like manual wheelchairs like this one, it will obviously do wear and tear because it's your getting from point A to point B, right? It's like your main form of like exercise, right? So like it would tire you out a lot easier than like even just like, of course, just getting up, walking to the printer, but no, for somebody in a wheelchair, it like takes triple the amount of energy that it does to like just even do one task. And by not having like the proper like channels to support them, like accessibility, like ramps, anything like that, it kind of excludes individuals that do have exceptionalities.